Hello everyone. In this video I'm going to show you how to earn runes fast in Elden Ring without waffling on for 20 minutes about how good this channel or my video is. To do this, you need to have at least beaten Godric in the game. You need a ranged weapon of some kind. A bow, a staff, or a crossbow is fine. If you need a ranged weapon, you can buy them from the round table at the Twin Husks vendor. You can buy ammo for those weapons, like bolts or arrows, at the vendor at the Church of Ella, which is one of the first vendors you'll find in the game. After you've done that, come to the round table, talk to this person, and interact with the two fingers. You'll get given a gesture, and then you'll get a choice of an item from this woman. If you've already done this, you can skip these steps, but I wanted to include it because it's necessary. Come talk to her. She'll offer you either an axe, or I think it's a shield or something. Pick whatever you want, it doesn't matter. I went with the dragon thing. Dragon one costs 2 grand, the other one is free. Okay, now that we've done that, we're going to go back to the first step, which is one of the first sites of grace you get right here, right at the beginning of the game. Go there. When you first come here, there's a guy standing in front of you. He's not there anymore. Read the message on the floor. And he's telling you to seek the Rose Church. And you get another gesture there as well. The Rose Church is in the Lakes of Lernia. That's where we are right here. The first step. And this is where you need to get to. The Rose Church. There's no site of grace right next to it. But there's some relatively near. Get to it however you can. However, don't enter the church. This guy is standing outside. If you enter, you'll have to get into a fight with a pretty powerful enemy. So, pick the first dialogue option when you're given the choice, and you'll get given the Festering Bloody Finger. This allows you to invade other people's worlds. I'm sure you might be familiar as to what this is, but we're going to go ahead and get this out of the way. We need to invade people's worlds 3 times. However, I need a lantern. For one section in this area, we have to walk through a dark cave. If you don't have a lantern, you may want to come here and buy one. 1800 runes. To get one of those, we'll need it a little bit later. So now I've come back to the Church of Ella, which is one of the first sites of grace you get. I'm sure you're familiar with this place. So now you want to equip the Festering Bloody Finger into your item slots and walk a little bit outside of the church to use it. Make sure you're using this in Limgrave. You can use it wherever you want, but it seems to work the best for me in Limgrave. I don't know why. Maybe it's because there's more players here. So put this down, wait a little while. Eventually you'll invade someone's world. After a minute or two, the game will tell you it's invading another world. Every time I've done this, I seem to have to fight 2 people. You don't have to win this fight, you can lose. I just kind of stood here. I was actually AFK at the time. And eventually, the people in this game just came over and killed me. It doesn't matter if you win or lose. Do whichever you choose. You can fight them if you like. You can see these guys peeking over the cliff at me here. I'm guessing they were happy to get a free kill. There we go. You need to do this a total of 3 times. So if you win or lose, when you respawn in your world, do it 2 more times, and then you're good to continue. You'll know if you've done it 3 times because the count of the Festering Bloody Finger will reduce to 2. Once you've done that, come back to the Rose Church and talk to this guy again.
I'm glad. You have it. I wish to anoint luminary. So,
Say, anoint me.
who would have it any other way? Now, take this.
So he gives you Lord of Blood's favor or something, and we need to get a, we need to soak it with Maiden's blood. And to do that, we need to go to a certain place on the map. The easiest way to get there, in my opinion, is to go to the Great Lift of Dectus. You can get to this area many different directions, but we want to go from the Grand Lift of Dectus because we already have it unlocked. If you followed my video to get the Twin Dharma, You should already have this Site of Grace. If you're confused as how to get here, you might want to take a look at that video. As soon as you come out of the Grand Lift of Dectus, head to your left and jump down here. You need to be careful in this area. Madness will hit you hard. If you haven't got a big health bar like me, there's a good chance you're going to take a fair bit of damage. I've tried to explain to the best of my ability what is happening here. So you can kind of see that little tower up on my left. I'll look at it in a minute. You'll see a big burning off-brand Sauron eye above that tower. Hide behind the rocks when it shows up, and then push forward when it disappears. If you stay out while it's burning for too long, the madness will hit you and you'll take a lot of damage. Hug the cliff on your left here to avoid damage, and keep following the path. I was trying to hide behind the trees there. I'm going to swing around this tower to quickly shield myself from it. If you're hiding behind stone walls, I don't think it can affect you. Don't progress any further than this. There's a Site of Grace behind us that we're going to go and grab. There's an enemy we need to fight in a minute. That is definitely a tough one. Grab that Site of Grace. I definitely died here a few times trying to kill this guy. My character isn't too much of a high level, and I think this area is a little too high for us. Okay. Keep following the path. Head around to your right. All the way up here. Watch out for the madness again. It can still hit you here. Even if the bar isn't full, it can still do damage to you. Heading up here now towards this tower in the distance. Once you get here, you'll get forced off your horse. And you'll be invaded by an NPC. This isn't a player. It's an NPC within the game. I'm using the sword of Night and Flames to try and kill this guy. Definitely took me a few attempts because he's very powerful. At least for me at this level. And I only have one flask with me. Try to keep your distance when he uses madness attacks because they do a lot of damage. Okay, we got him dealt with. Head into the church. There's a Site of Grace and a Sacred Tear here if you want it. I just want to touch the Site of Grace. Okay. Pick up the items that are on this body. Get the maiden armor. And after you've picked that up, the game will give you an option to soak the cloth in the blood of the maiden. Make sure you do that. And then return to the Rose Church. Talk to this guy again. He's then going to give you the bloody finger.
Oh, good heavens. Clench your teeth or something. Never forget, for it is what...
Once that's done, talk to him again. He will give you a medal. Go into your inventory. Put that medal into your item slots. There it is. Equip it and use it. Okay, so now that we're here, let's go ahead and equip our lantern. There's an area up ahead we're going to have to run through that's a dark cave. Select it, use it. Hey presto, we have light. So, the map for this area is on this body. Grab that. We're going to head up these stairs now. Site of Grace right here. Keep heading up these stairs. Run past all of these enemies. Don't worry about trying to fight them. If you get caught in a group of these guys, they will kill you very quickly, so just keep moving. All the way up to the top. Jump over this blob. You have some stanchion berries there. Also, there was a somber smithing stone along the way. I think it was a level 7 one. You can try to farm some runes off these guys if you want to. Although, to be honest, it's pointless. We're going to be able to get a lot more runes very shortly. So, heading into this area, stick to your left. This is where we need the lantern. Swing to your right here. You have a rune you can grab from this dead body, the Lord's rune. All the way up here into the area where you can see the light. Just outside of this doorway is a site of grace. Try to activate it quickly. The odds are an enemy will be chasing you at this point. You can hear his footsteps behind me. There he goes. Okay. Up these stairs. There's a bunch of enemies in front of you. You don't have to deal with them. Just go to your right. Jump on this elevator. Okay. So right ahead is a boss fight. This is a tough boss fight, but we can skip it entirely. We just have to come into the area and die to it once. So come in. Unless you're a very high level, he's more than likely going to kill you pretty quickly. Just let it happen. Respawn at the Stake of Marika. Don't go to the Site of Grace. It's literally just outside of the boss fight we just started. So at this point, we're going to do a bit of a glitch to completely skip this boss fight. You can fight him if you want to. That's entirely up to you. Or maybe you've already done this. Unequip all of your armor, all of your weapons, so that you are carrying nothing. This gives you a much lighter load, allowing you to move and jump faster and further. We're going to jump on these gravestones, and then on top of this gravestone. You want to run in a circle while sprinting, and then jump to this ledge. Practice on the floor if you need to. You need to run in quite a tight circle, and then jump up onto that ledge. That'll allow you to get into this area without going through the yellow mist. And the yellow mist is the trigger for the boss. Because we've basically gone around that, the boss will just stand there and do nothing. Now you're free to just kill the boss. He won't react or move. And you'll get around 420,000 runes for killing this guy. It will take a while to kill him if you're weak, but he won't try to fight you at all. Okay. So once that's done, you can grab the Site of Grace that's next to where he died. And now we want to fast travel back to the original Site of Grace that we got in this area. So now we're going to head to the Rune farming spot, which is along this red area you see on the map and where I've just marked. If you need to take another look at that, you can always rewind and pause the video, or you can just follow me right now. I've included the route in case this is an area you've never been to before. Make sure you use Torrent here. You don't want to get caught by the enemies that are here. If you're a lower level like I am, they will destroy you pretty quickly. So, We're going to come over to the back, go towards this area with the pillar to the left of it. Up here, up this ramp. Don't worry about fighting any of these enemies. All the way up to the top, and there's a Site of Grace just past this group of enemies. And we need to activate that. Okay, so now we're at the rune farming spot. Equip your bow, or whatever ranged weapon you are using. Staffs and crossbows will also work, like I said earlier. At this point, I didn't have enough dexterity to use the bow, so I had to quickly rank up using the runes we just got. Come to this cliff edge, look down into the lake of blood, shoot this bird. It will run at you and fall off the cliff, and that will give you 11,000 runes. Visit the Site of Grace, rest, leave the Site of Grace, and the bird will be back, and you can do it again as much as you like. You'll get 11,000 runes without the amulet that gives you a 20% bonus to your runes. And you can also get the golden foulfoots to get more runes if you want to. That will net you a lot more every time you use them. Still, 11,000 runes each time you do this is a lot. So, that's all you need to know. No nonsense guide on how to farm runes fast on Elden Ring. Thank you for the support on my other videos recently. I do really appreciate that. It's nice to see some other people like to hear someone give these guides without sounding like they're about to wet themselves or jump through the drywall. I hope you've enjoyed the video and found it useful. Let me know in the comment section if you have. If you want to support the video, you know what to do. And if you'd like to follow me further, I also stream on Twitch. Have yourself a great day. That's about it from me. I'll see you next time.